Hi everyone. So I'm going to focus today's video on the practice of meditation, especially focused towards first-time meditators. I myself have been practicing for the last maybe 2 years or so, 2.5 years. And I just wanted to say, when I first started out meditating, I went in with basically no expectation in the beginning, just so I wanted to get to the point where I learned how to meditate first and kind of manage what I was going to receive out of my meditations. I guess set the intention at the beginning. And I think for the first few months, it was difficult to like kind of control those thoughts that keep running through your head. And kind of like the reason why you're getting into meditation in the first place is to like kind of like control and like reduce the amount of thoughts causing you stress and anxiety and stuff. And you know recently, like just reading like online discussions about like first time meditators who come and say, oh yes, I meditated, and it was my first meditation, and I was so conscious and so aware, and blah blah blah, and whatever else. I think that puts a lot of pressure on like true first time meditators who really want to to experience that peacefulness, that sense of connection, that sense of awareness, that sense of like of being present and being consciously aware of who you are from the level of your spirit, your soul, not necessarily your physical being. So just wanted like point out the fact that like if you're starting your meditation practice, if you've been wanting to do it, or you've started and you're still not at that point where you're able to like shut down all of the thoughts during like your entire meditation period, whether that be like 15 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, 4 hours, whatever. What I would suggest is like just have no expectation of yourself initially. That's the best way I feel that you can start off, and that's gonna set the stage for you to just focus on the actual meditation practice. Don't focus on having an outcome and sharing that outcome with everybody else who's like meditating with you. Don't think that's the point. I think the point is to make sure that you are aware, that you are connected to your soul, and you're conscious and you're aware and you're able to create that space between the thoughts, because that's where we want to be, right? Is like every thought you have, you want to try and like cut it out, you want to reduce that, but you're gonna go from like having like, let's say like, I don't know, 1,000 thoughts within like a span of like 30 minutes to having maybe 10 thoughts within a span of 30 minutes. But that will come with practice and over the years. At some point, like some people find it easier to get it over like a period of weeks. Some take months and some take years. But the whole purpose of that your meditation practice is not to focus on how fast you're getting there, but how much you need to relax, to connect with yourself, to be aware, and to be that spirit, that being, that awareness that's sitting here and watching what is going on with the rest of you, right? Like you want to get to that point where you're constantly conscious, and it all starts with that one thought, like reducing it and like increasing the space, like where you're perfectly aligned with your awareness, your consciousness, is where you're able to like increase the space between two thoughts, right? So let's say you start off your first meditation practice, it's like there, and then a few weeks later you're able to like kind of like stop a thought, be present, and then you get another thought, right? So you that space like is about there, and then over weeks, months, years, you increase that space and just becomes wider. You become more aware, more present, and more centered, right? But that's what your focus should be, instead of like trying to impress yourself, not only other people, but don't try to impress yourself either. There should be no ego in that. There should be no goal of, you know, your meditation practice. Have an intention. Have the intention that you're going to try to be more aware. That should be the intention. And I think, you know, I just wanted to quickly share that with you, and like wish all you first time meditators, you know, a happy meditation. It's a great way to like relieve stress in this day and age where we're constantly, you know, bombarded with like everything from like social media to like the pressures of a career to family to everything else. So, you know, take that time to meditate, whatever that meditation for you might be. But definitely, yes, I just want to like, you know, say a few words, but I don't want anyone to think that this is, you know, my word means everything and anything, and, you know, opinions are like a-holes, right? Everyone has them, and so do I. But that's just my 2 cents, and hopefully it helps you as a first-time meditator in your meditation practice. All right, so that's all for now. Happy meditating. All right, thank you. Have a good day. Bye-bye.